The Hydrangea Valley is looking fantastic at the moment. It'll really continue to sort of light up, expand, and you'll get a bit more colour, especially on the other side where it's a bit more shady. So it goes all the way through the summer, right the way through till Christmas. So good long flowering period and a fantastic display, in particular the blues, because we've got a slightly acidic soil at Trebah. We do get those lovely sort of colours with the blues. There are various pinks that will have been planted because the valley was planted for cut flowers to send up to Covent Garden, and they'll all try reverting back to sort of a mauve and a purple. Another plant that you'll see as you walk the garden, which is a bit of a curiosity and it's flowering at this time of year, is Acanthus mollis, or commonly known as bear's breeches. It has this rather striking flower as you go through the summer, and this lovely glossy green leaf. Another nice plant we have growing in a couple of locations down here on the Mediterranean long border at Mallard Pond and also up in the court garden is Dietes bicolor. It's a member of the Iridaceae family, the same family as the iris. It has a really pretty and quite sort of vivid yellow flower with this lovely black dot in it. Another more recent introduction, and something we've planted in a couple of the borders, especially down around the Mediterranean long border at the bottom of the garden, and also up in the court garden, is Tulbagia Vioacia. It's a really nice member of the allium family. What's really special about this is that it flowers for such a long time. It'll produce flowers probably for 3 to 4 months, so it keeps producing these new flower spikes and this lovely, lovely sort of delicate display of colour. It's something we've introduced to replace some of the Acanthus we used to have in this space. Many of you will have seen issues with your plants at home where the Acanthus have a gall midge which attacks the new flowers and you end up with very distorted flowers, whereas the Tulbagia, being a member of the onion family, having this sort of strong scent, probably is enough to hopefully to deter any insect damage on these. If you're wandering down Beach Path just past the turnoff for a Zolopol, and as you meet the gunner and you're wondering what that wonderful scent is, it's this rhododendron above us. This is Rhododendron crassum. It's probably one of the most highly scented of all the rhodies, and it's actually quite a late flower as well, so it's a really good one for us. It's got quite a bold, large flower as well, so really impressive against this lovely glossy green leaf. I mean, there are many to choose from, but one of my favourite summer flowering trees has to be the Cornus. Cornus Norman Haden is probably one of the most spectacular in the sense that it has that element of bracts as they change colour from that lovely creamy colour to this sort of flush of pink. So this eventually will just go a whole sort of pink sort of shades on these lovely bracts. So it's a really, really impressive tree, quite a fast growing one as well. You do need a decent amount of space because it will get quite big. The Philadelphus, or mock orange as it's commonly known, is probably one of the most dramatic for flower and also scent. So it really does create quite a sort of a draw as you walk along the path. So we've got these planted in several locations, in particular along Radiata Path and as you go down along Petrie's Path. As I say, it's probably the most highly scented of all the Philadelphus. It has a really pretty sort of inner sort of purpley pink fringe, but it really does stand out against those lovely fresh green leaves. If you're looking for that extra layer of interest in the garden, the climbing roses can be a nice addition. So this is a Rambler Rose, this is Rosa Kifsgate. It has a wonderful scent as well, so it has the bonus of that. It will take over given half a chance, so you need to have a decent amount of space for it, and perhaps a tree that's not so special for it just to sort of run through and use it as a supporting frame. Stuartia pseudo-camellia is a lovely summer flowering tree. As the name suggests, very camellia-like with regards to flowers. It's covered in buds at the moment, this one down in the Chilean combs, so it's going to be flowering now for the next few weeks. The great thing about Stuartia is they also often have quite a nice patinated bark, so the addition of bark as an added element of interest. We've got several different myrtles growing at Trebah, and one that naturalises itself quite well, and you'll see it in various different locations, and it has a fantastic cinnamon bark which is good for all year round interest, is Lumapiculata. but at this time of the year it also has a lovely white opaque flower which is just coming into bud on this one and just starting to break now. So it'll just be a mass of white. Really good for the pollinating insects, and you'll also get the follow-on with the seed pods later on, which turn like a black colour, which is rather nice. And as I say, it will naturalise, so it will take over given half a chance. Probably one of the most purest whites of all the Cornus is Cornus var chinensis. It's absolutely laden with bracts. Flowers are there, but they're quite insignificant. So the bracts are there to attract the insects in to pollinate the flowers. So this will eventually also have the strawberry-like fruit as well as that sort of follow-on and added bonus. One of the more unusual trees in the garden for its foliage and also flower is Lenatia Fuaneer. Originally collected by the Lobb brothers from South America, brought back to Breeches nursery around 1845. And then eventually, once they had stock, they would have then sold them to these sort of wealthy landowners, in particular in Cornwall where it thrived. It's not that tough, so if you had particularly cold weather it would suffer, so anywhere sort of further north than sort of London would really struggle. It's really unusual because it has this lovely foliage which is evergreen, but also these rather pretty flowers which you can see are yellow and red. Really unusual to see it sort of flowering on the stems. We've got it planted down in the Chilean coombe because of its South American origins, and it really does do well in this space. It likes a good sunny spot, doesn't want to be too dry or too wet. It's sort of the old caveat with regards to conditions, but it really does, as I say, respond well in this part of the garden.